As we celebrate 14 years of podcasting, here's another memorable moment from the Adam Carolla Show's Ace Awards archives.
You have any idea what line 4's name is?
Faith?
Faith?
Fife.
Hi. Sorry.
Hi. Is it Faith?
It's Faith, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't hit the L very hard in that, to be fair to Kate.
L.
No. It's Faith, right?
Faith, yes.
Okay.
Faith.
All right. Can I say something to young Faith here? It's a little on you if you are not really hitting your L too hard and the person is asking for a third time, which is it?
Where's the L coming from?
Is it Faith or is it Faith?
There's no L in either one.
Like Faith Hill.
Sorry, buddy.
Where's the L?
No, there's
Faith.
no. There's no.
These are dark days.
There's no.
It's not filth.
This is the greatest moment in podcast
right.
history.
Faith, does that help? We answer your question?
What's your question, Faith?
Faith.
Well, no.
Faith.
Like she said, faith, hope, and charity is what she said.
Faith.
So faith.
Like you gotta have faith, the faith,
Well,
the
it's
faith.
got an L sound, right?
Where?
Oh, I don't know.
I gotta know.
I'm on cold medicine.
Now, for some new memorable moments, let's get back to the Adam Carolla Show.
All right, Max Zapata is doing the news, and Jody's hanging in.
Yeah, so rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
Yeah, hospitalized after an attack at a Florida gym. As of us recording this now, it's unclear if he still remains hospitalized. So what happened was he was ambushed by a group of attackers in the bathroom, and there's video of it that went viral. So let's watch some of it.
Oh.
So that's him on the floor. Yeah, just gets stomped on.
So he was a snitch?
Yeah, I'll tell you the story in a sec. Yeah. Yeah, and in it he's the guy who's yelling. I was like, "Yeah, I want to be famous. Yeah, film me. I want to be famous." Like he was egging him on too. Well, so his story is so he's 26 years old, real name Daniel Hernandez. So he was in the Bloods, the 9-Tray Gangsta Bloods gang, and he was facing decades in prison on racketeering and other charges, but he took a plea deal to lower his sentence, to lower his time in exchange for helping the feds take down his former Bloods associates. So his lawyer, when this happened, goes, "We should put you in witness protection or something." And,
Right.
And Tekashi says, "No, I'm good.
Right.
I'll be fine." And his lawyer's like, "Well, you're going to be looking over your shoulder all the time then. Are you crazy?" Because, I mean, look, he's obviously very easy to spot out anyway. And so, I mean, it's not clear if this was related to...
Well, if it's not related, I'm not going to that gym. If that was completely random...
That's what happens when you grunt in the gym.
Or, yeah, too loudly. Yeah.
They bring you in the back.
Or this because if this is like, that was my soft soap, motherfucker. Like if it's something not connected to him dropping dimes, I'm never going into that gym.
That's an LA Fitness in Florida.
yeah.
So
I'm
LA
not going to
Fitness.
that unless we can connect it to the snitching on the Bloods, in which case I'll be fine.
Well, they call them a rat, so I'm assuming.
Oh, they called him a
They
rat.
did.
Yeah, he's
Calling a rat.
known as a rat anyway. So, but I don't know if they're part of his gang or if they're just like, we hate rats of all sorts. Let's just...
Don't you think you would have taken that deal to be like in the witness protection program if you like turned on a gang?
Absolutely.
I
Who's
would've.
saying no?
He had a good run though, because this story is like 4 years old. Or maybe more.
Right.
I mean,
He was sentenced in 2019.
Okay. He was sentenced. Yeah. All right. Yeah. It's 4 years old.
Yeah.
And he had a pretty good run of 4 years
Yeah,
of
you're right.
not getting beaten in bathrooms.
Right. Yeah. Well, time has come to an end. So, so his lawyer is now requesting that the FBI protect him. And so we'll see how that goes. Also, just on another note, 6ix9ine or Tekashi 6ix9ine, he was ejected from a Miami baseball stadium on Friday for being intoxicated and disturbing fans. So he's not really keeping a low profile.
No, there's like footage of him at LAX, like fighting with other guys in the parking lot and stuff. Like he does not slide under the radar
At all.
But so this beating, he sustained a lot of injuries to his face and bruises, and yeah, so hospitalized. But I mean, We'll see. We'll see.
I think he
how
has a pretty good face tattoo.
So
He
now,
does,
yeah,
yeah.
is he doing that for him or is he doing that so that other people will?
I don't know, but I feel like for the guy who's stitching up his face, it's informative because
If you try to put it back together,
the 6
look at
and the
that.
9
Face
aren't,
tattoos.
aren't lined up right, or the 6 is
Yeah.
broken off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're sort of a template.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could use a level on that. or
Yeah, they're gonna have to
All right.
readjust.
Well, don't get into gangs, kids.
There you go.
Is he? But he's a rapper, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
26, but I think he's more well known for
He's
this.
26,
Stuff
26
now.
years old.
26, yeah.
My God.
Getting that witness protection, buddy. I don't know what they're gonna do with the tattoos. I mean, you can't just
Yeah,
throw
you
them in a
can't.
suburbia.
I was gonna say you can't throw. Yeah, what do? You have to get
Yeah, because
lasers or
when the mafiosa guys would get into
They
the
could
witness,
blend.
they'd just be like, "You just gotta get a different haircut."
yeah, just
your
blend
name's
in.
Earl now?
Yeah, now
Right.
you work in accountant, like
right, right.
accounting.
Yeah,
This guy's not obviously going to work at Target.
yeah. He's gonna have a target on his back, yo. I don't know what job you could come up. There's no way he can blend in.
But I like that flower with the fangs and the dead eyes.
Yeah. All right.
Get well soon, 6
Everyone's troubled.
All right. So Wyoming.
Oh, Wyoming. God, I can't believe they're still here.
Well, they have become the 19th state to ban transgender athletes from playing on girls' or women's sports teams after the Republican governor opted not to veto the legislation. So this is obviously a problem that's been going on and really in the spotlight the last year and a half, almost like grooming. So Governor Mark Gordon allowed the bill to become law without his signature Friday, saying he supports and agrees with the overall goal of fairness in competitive female sports. But he also said in a decision letter that the ban is overly draconian, is discriminatory without attention to individual circumstances or mitigating factors, and pays little attention to fundamental principles of equality.
Well, I don't know if you can call it draconian, and we should look that up. But like, as far as I can tell, like if you were a dude and you wanted to join the handmaidens, they would kill you. They wouldn't just ban you.
No.
Draconian is not the right word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, they wouldn't be like, put your junk back under your skirt and just go over there with the horseshoers, or go over there and work as a blacksmith or something.
Right.
But what's the
origin?
What's the origins of?
The Nazis.
Yeah. So
I think it goes. Yeah, no, you got to go to the origins of draconian. I think it goes way back.
So this law will take effect July 1st. And will prohibit students of the male sex from competing on teams designated for students of the female sex.
I'm all about equal rights, but I agree with a man transitioning to a woman, he still has the strength of a man. She still has the strength of a man. They still have strength of the man. It's still, I think it's unfair.
I also agree, and it's unfair to the women.
It's unfair to the
who
women.
physically
It is.
can't
I
compete.
understand that they want to compete, but it's an unfair advantage that
Right.
they're always going to have.
Yes, of course. I mean, could it go any other way? The
Right.
problem is, and draconian comes from Draco, the name of a 7th century BC Athenian legislator who created a written code of law. Draco's code was intended to clarify existing laws, but its
Severity is
its severity is what made it really memorable. All right. So back in those days, if you would have tucked your junk and joined the ladies in the spa, you would have got your ass kicked.
Yes.
Yeah, Draco would not have it.
So
No.
here's the thing. Everything sounds good at the beginning and then gets exploited in the middle and the end. So you can do this. So you go, we should be an open and generous and safe society, and people that are coming here from other lands who are being politically persecuted and oppressed should be able to seek refuge in our country. And everyone goes, yeah, that's good. All right. So any mother traveling with a 5-year-old who's being persecuted in Guatemala or Honduras should be welcome here. And everyone goes, All right, like that sounds reasonable.
Right.
And then 10 minutes later, it's a bunch of fucking coyotes hooking up rando 30-year-old women. Here's your 5-year-old. Now go across the border and drop him off in a cage, and then you can go get lost somewhere in the middle of the country. All right, so everything starts off is something. You know, we're gonna treat the homeless community with dignity. You know, whatever. If this guy wants to fucking shoot fentanyl up, why don't we make safe places for him in San Francisco that where we can have a place where he can go without judgment? It's like, that would all be great if people weren't pieces of shit. That would be awesome. The person who undergoes the surgery is living and is like biologically a woman who wants to compete in the girls' volleyball tournament. We can have a discussion about that.
Right.
But all we get is some dude swimmer who tucks his junk into a female Speedo and whoops up on everyone in the pool. This is where everything goes. That's the problem with the folks with the good intentions. The folks with the good intentions, they never think it through. They just go, hey, listen, I love the environment. I have kids. No more drilling. No more oil. We're going renewables. We're going solar, and we're going wind. And that's what we're doing. And you go, okay, smash cut to gas is $6 a gallon, and we're having to import oil from some of the worst people on the world stage. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Right.
This is a good thing. Except for, you got to fucking think it through. You get part like, we got to defund these police. We're going to step back. Here's what we're going to do for the people in the inner city. We'll get the police to step back, and what we're going to start is a community. Like a community. We'll have ambassadors.
Right.
And they're not going to be armed. They'll be all right, there's 1,000 dead kids now. What's your plan? It never works. That's the whole problem with all these ideas. It's, they're sort of diabolical because they start with this great idea. Like, listen, every bus should be electric and every leaf blower should be electric and no child should go to bed hungry. It's like, yes, that's all great, hero. It's all great. It's the implementation of it that never fucking works.
Like communism or something, right?
So, yes, everyone should work and live in dignity and have enough. And I get it. Never works.
Right. Well,
that's the problem.
A few things. First off, Antonio Serrano, he's the advocacy director for the ACLU in Wyoming. He said this latest development was shameful because it codifies discrimination. He, quote, "It's about erasing and excluding trans people from participation in all aspects of public life.
All aspects.
Inclusive teams that support all athletes and encourage participation should be the standard for all school sports." So here's the thing. I think men's sports should just be both genders, right? Because if women are good enough to play in men's sports, then they should.
Yeah.
And same with trans. But women's sports were created because they couldn't compete in men's sports equally, so that we would create women's sports.
Yeah.
So I think
that's why we don't just call it sports.
Right.
Yeah. And then you're in this weird. Now these fucking wokesters are in some weird nether region of defending trans while sort of hurting girls who didn't make the podium and are not going to get the college scholarship for swimming now because dude with the dorsal fin dragging between his legs just whooped up on him. Like, so super woke people who are all about women's rights, that MMA guy who transitioned 10 minutes ago just beat the fuck out of that chick. So you do like chicks or you don't like chicks, or like what side are you on?
Exactly.
So, but I'm with you. I'm like, I want this to work. I would love for it to work, but it just doesn't.
Well, I think that, I mean, I want them to be able to be included in most things. But when it comes to sports, there has to be, it's just not fair. It's not fair to that woman. And even if they do get the surgery and they are now biologically a woman, they still have the muscle mass. They still have that. They're still stronger and faster. It just is. It's a fact. It's a biological fact.
Let me just give this word to the wise. And when I say wise, I mean sanctimonious pricks. People who weigh the sort of downstream effects of things, whether it's the aforementioned border or telling energy companies to pound sand or pulling back on the police or not thinking it's a great idea to have formerly men compete against women. It's not because we hate the environment or we hate Latinos or we want to erase transgender. We just happen to live in a world with a little gravity. We've seen enough, and we're gonna weigh out our decisions.
Right.
It's not because you hate transgender people.
Right.
It's because we can see what's coming down the road, because it comes down the road every single fucking time.
Right.
And now it comes down the road faster and faster.
Yeah.
All right.
So the daughter of filmmaker Sofia Coppola and Thomas Mars, who's the frontman for the band Phoenix. So and obviously the granddaughter of Francis Ford Coppola. Her name's Romy Mars, and she went viral yesterday. So she put up a TikTok video where she's at home and testing out her cooking skills for a particularly unusual reason. Now I'm going to warn you, this video is sped up because that's just how it was posted.
How old is she? About
12?
I don't know if I'm looking at a 12-year-old or a 22-year-old. I don't know.
She looks 12 to me.
I think she's a teen. I don't have her age. I'll find out. But she's actually not really in the limelight until this video.
She's 16.
16. All right.
All right.
So here we go.
Make vodka sauce pasta with me because I'm grounded. Because I tried to charter a helicopter from New York to Maryland on my dad's credit card because I wanted to have dinner with my girlfriend. Okay, let's get started. I don't know the difference between a garlic and an onion, and I just had Google images of onions on my phone, and I'm embarrassed. Also, I thought I would do this since I'm already grounded because my parents' biggest rule is I'm not allowed to have any public social media accounts. Here's why.
Grammy.
Because they don't want me to be a nepotism kid. But TikTok's not going to make me famous, so it doesn't really matter. Wait, is this an onion?
All right. Well, TikTok did make her famous. So this video has now been deleted. But so there are a few things.
Oh, they're pissed off that she called a shallot an onion, or
yeah,
that's why
that's one of the
they
reasons she had
actually
to
came out. The
Google.
Farmers Association of America,
Big Pharma.
Big Farm came and they were like, I can't have this."
Yeah, and she ended up chopping up a shallot, even though she said, "I can't tell the difference between onions and garlic."
She got busted for trying to charter a helicopter.
Yes.
That's
with her
the
dad's
biggest
credit card.
Yes.
Wow. Let's not skip over that.
Oh, we're not.
Yeah.
That's
That is
the
it,
main
yeah.
reason why this video went viral,
Yeah.
right? So obviously, and also saying I'm not allowed to have
social
public
media account. She's literally on TikTok making a video.
Yeah. So everybody's just. But can you imagine?
That's your life.
That's your. Oh yeah, I want to meet up with my
camp
buddy.
friend, so I'll just charter a helicopter.
Listen, if I would have rented a mule to take me to Van Nuys when I was her age, my dad would have fucking thrown all my belongings out on the porch.
Could you have rented a mule? Was there Uber mule?
There were a couple of miners and some trappers that were in town still. The valley wasn't developed yet.
Dirt roads.
No, they well, okay. I was just watching Hearts of Darkness with Sonny, who's the world's oldest soul. So I came home the other day. Sonny was alone in the theater watching a German language film that was 100 years old.
Oh my God.
Alone.
And awake?
I'm worried about him.
Watching a film that was 100, it's hard to even go back sometimes to Maltese Falcon or something,
right.
something from the 40s or something on the waterfront or something like that. It just doesn't pay. It's not paced
Right.
100-year-old German film.
Just with subtitles?
On a Saturday night. That's what he has 250,000 movies he can choose from.
That's what he chose.
Fucker could have watched Face Off with Daddy instead.
Did he like the German film?
I walked in sort of in the middle. It was weird. I don't know, Ben. You can probably find it. It was
does
literally
he know German?
It's literally from 1923.
Subtitles.
I was like, okay, but when we decided to watch a movie on Friday night, we were just kind of scrolling through, and he's seen everything, and including German films, and I think Hearts of Darkness came up, which was the doc that Coppola's wife made about the filming of Apocalypse Now, which I saw years ago, but it's interesting. All docs are interesting. This one's especially interesting. And I think a young Sofia was like bopping around age 3 or whatever. But it's just nice to know that everyone's kids turn to shit.
Well,
you know what I mean?
If Sonny and Natalia, I don't know if they do or not, but if they had access to your credit card, I mean, I feel like they would buy very different things.
They're not going to charter a chopper.
I mean, from each other. Natalia might actually.
Sonny be like, I got this Prussian helmet off Amazon.
I have the actual German star from that 1923 film. He's flying him out here.
You see the movie Valkyrie? This is the suitcase the bomb was in. Yes, the cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Wow, it's a
Caligari.
silent, so he didn't even have to. It was silent film.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, yeah. It's 100 years old. I have no idea.
It made almost $4,800 at the box office, though, which back then was a lot.
Yes, this is the movie.
Oh, it's like a vampire. It's like Nostradamus.
Yeah, it was not homework assignment or anything. This is just him.
Well, see, now this at
movies.
least, okay, now wait a minute. This makes it a little bit better because this seems like an origin vampire-y film, and I could see a teenager being like, oh, I want to see some of the older vampire.
He's not into Twilight or any of that shit.
No, but no. Most people that love Nostradamus, that are not into Twilight either.
Nosferatu.
Thank you. Who's Nostradamus?
I predicted
you would say that.
Dawson.
Thank you. But yeah, I mean, Dracula, all of those
Don't make
movies.
excuses for the boy.
Okay, sorry. No, he's just weird then. Sorry. So what I meant to say was he's so weird. So weird. Just watch porn.
He has a very long attention span.
Wow, that's actually very impressive.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
I sat down for 8 minutes, got bored, and headed back into my office. But anyway, Hearts of Darkness, Lawrence Fishburne, 14, when he made the film Apocalypse Now.
It's crazy.
Interesting movie, and you guys should watch it. That's all.
I'm going to watch it.
All right.
Right, so Sofia Coppola recently shot a Priscilla Presley biopic in Toronto. Yeah, so that's coming out from her.
You guys remember Sofia Coppola? She also played the young sister in Peggy Sue Got Married.
She did?
I think she was the kid's sister. I'm pretty sure. If anybody can find that out for me, but I'm pretty sure.
Nick Cage.
Yes, yeah.
He's a Coppola.
Yes, yes. So she played the young sister of Kathleen Turner. I loved Peggy Sue Got Married. It was a cute film. And she was the little annoying sister who was a terrible actress. And yeah, that's what I remember. And then she became a director, obviously.
Did she get shit for Godfather 3? Was that?
I think she might have gotten
shit for?
Yeah, she wasn't a great actress. And I'm correct with that she was in that movie, right, guys? Yes, I am. So yeah, she wasn't good in either one of them. And obviously she got cast because, who directed, did she get Peggy Sue Got Married? Who directed that? Was it a Coppola too or no?
Yes, it was.
It was a Coppola, yes.
It was. Oh, Nepo, baby.
Yeah, it was all, yes, it's exactly what it was.
Family.
But she obviously realized that she couldn't act and she went to the director's side.
Yeah.
Which
I'm hip. I'm a little angry at Lost in Translation just because I didn't think it was the bee's knees. I just thought it was kind of okay.
It was okay, but that's the problem with movies. I watched The Whale last night. When there's so much hype behind something and then you watch it, 9 times out of 10, you are disappointed compared to when you just stumble on something and you're like, this is really great. So, yes. I mean, that's why, unfortunately, I watched The Whale and I was kind of like, I could tell, I didn't even realize that it was a play, but I knew immediately. I was like, this is a play. This is based on a play. You can just tell when everything's in one room and people are knocking outside doors and talking, and I was like, oh, this is a play.
I will usually stay away from movies where they go, it's an amazing performance, but the film's like 61 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes.
Like I'd rather be higher up
me too.
And lower with the amazing performance.
Yeah, no, agreed.
I'd rather watch Face Off for the...
Yeah, that's just good fun.
All right, let's put a fork in the news. Naples, Saturday show, 4 o'clock, man. Come on down for the matinee, and then it's off to Turlock, off to Fresno, off to Vegas, off to Oklahoma City, Monterey.
In Vegas, you're doing... we have 3 dates in the books, and we're doing a residency there, so check.
At Jimmy's Club. Yeah, check it out, adamcarolla.com. Skinny Jody Miller, everyone. Funny you should ask. And also the world's funniest weather. Check local listings. And you can check out her website, jodymillercomedy.com. And Courtney Stodden, you can just check her out at her Instagram or Twitter. Courtney Stodden and Courtney A. Stodden over on Instagram. And until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Skinny Jody Miller, Chris Max Pata, and Courtney Stodden saying mahalo.